Hi everyone, this is Arpad from Starpath Academy, and the situation in Ukraine is getting more and more interesting, to say the least. And Russia and the Bank of Russia has issued some news about cryptos and what they think should be done about cryptos. But also, they are hinting at other stuff regarding stable coins and gold-backed stable coins. So it's quite interesting to see how things are unfolding. However, one thing you should hmm, realize that we are in a perpetual state of war. Now, that may not be a hot war, but ever continuously we are at war. So since long time ago. So war of ideas, if nothing else, right? So as the United States and the NATO and the Western Empire are trying to back Ukraine and the I should say eastern front of the empire. Russia has a couple of other tricks up on his sleeve, right? And one thing to think about is um, actually Rickards, if you know Rickards and what he has done for the, I should say, red team exercises for the U.S. government. One of his techniques were right was the adversaries or other empires than the United States piling up on gold, right? And he was kind of surprised that where that technique went so well against fighting the hegemony of the U.S. dollar, right? And we can see now that Russia is hitting hard or hitting back with just by hinting at monetary policies. And Russia is not a small country, that we are used to fight, wars against in the last couple of years, definitely last couple of tens of years. So it cannot be pushed around that easily. Now, I think the powers that be are trying to push Russia around for good reason, for at least from their perspective, of course. However, it's easy to fight back when you have a lot of natural resources and trading partners big as China. So we'll see what happens. But one thing that we can look for is financial and economic ammunitions being fired by Russia, right? And I think the Bank of Russia coming out with the news of they want to ban cryptocurrencies and mining cryptocurrencies was something like that, Um, as the Western powers are talking about CBDCs and well, basically central bank currencies and how crypto is the new thing and everything coming on. Just it's very volatile. That sector is very volatile and prone to good news and bad news. Amazon coming out with some good news, and a lot of cryptos go up tremendously, or Tesla and Elon Musk coming out with some bad news and cryptos fall like 50%. Well, at least Bitcoin. So, definitely countries can take advantage of this and can cause butterfly effect, you know, um, hmm, pains, market pains, that could undermine the West, right? And cryptos and stocks, as I've been telling for a while now, are somewhat locked together. We would like to think about that they're not, but they are more acting like stocks than currencies, right? Or money like gold and silver. So what we have seen in these last couple of days and the market pain that has been going on, that the precious metals kind of acted as they were supposed to and not going down the tube with the rest of the stock market. However, cryptos did not kind of act like that because they are somewhat tied, because the loose monetary policy was somewhat fueling also the crypto space. Now, of course, I don't want to go hard against cryptos. I think this actually could be a really good buying opportunity. I do believe that there are some really good cryptos out there that will have eventually will fulfill their goals. But right now, at least in the last couple of years, what have been happening is there was a lot of promise and under delivery on the technological aspect of cryptos. And we'll talk about that in a future video. But they pretty much all of them, every one of them, including Ethereum, did not live up to their promise, right? Right. So that's kind of it's not like for the cryptos only. That's usually technology. There's always a hype, and we are getting out of the hype right now, I believe, and eventually we'll pick up. But I think we need to do another videos about at least some cryptocurrencies that I see as good, really good potential, and they have really good opportunities to solve future crises, and also an opportunity for being a really good money system and exchange for goods. So I do see a couple of good spaces, especially ISO 222 coins, but also other ones and more speculative ones, and we'll talk about that. But what I wanted to point out in this video, just for quick, is that the imbalances and also the fragility of the markets can be taken advantage of and used against the US empire by countries that are feeling threatened by it. And I expect more of that happening. So what we'll see in the future, I believe that every dip, every kind of bad act, or I should say stumblings of the Western central banks will be taken advantage of, and the pain amplified by the countries that can use it against the United States as leverage. So, and this could be a good thing, bad thing. I'm not picking sides here. I just want you to understand that every crack will feel like a fall in the future, because there's a global, huge global rivalry going on now. So expect more of that, and we'll see what happens with the market. I do believe that the Powell and the rest of the gang will start to loosen, at least have a more dovish kind of take on and kind of walk back their talk what they did to kind of prop up the market. So I don't think this is the big one, but the big one eventually will be coming. So I don't think the game plan has changed that much. Anyway, thank you very much. Just wanted to give my 2 cents. I hope you guys are doing well.